Thanks for locking in with 77 Flavors of Chicago. We're your host, Dario.
And I'm Sarah, and I hope you're ready to learn with us.
Today, we're talking about the Kinzie St Bridge. That's the bridge that's up. One of the bridges that's just up. It's like on the Chicago River. We'll talk about it because it's got a very interesting history there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How y'all doing today? That's good. I'm glad y'all doing good. How you doing?
You know, vibing out.
Vibing out?
This nice weather.
Yeah, finally.
I just want to stay outside.
Yeah, for real. Like it was good this week. What, 2-3 times this week we didn't have no jacket on outside?
Listen,
man, look, the first time I said, I was like, I ain't no going back to jackets. We done.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I mean, it is what it is. We gonna be cold. Because I'm not putting no jacket back on until late December.
Late December.
Light jacket November. Okay.
Mm.
You know, I feel like jacket season fully start in December.
This might got dog hair all over.
You said
tickling my face.
You said, what is it doing that close to your face?
The hairs are protruding
out the microphone.
Yes.
That's still damn. I guess this one is close to me too.
Yeah, look at you.
But it's tickling your nose. How is that?
It's tickling my face.
This sounds weird.
Mm-hmm.
You said let's move on. Speaking of cold, we did some of the best things. One of the best things we did this week was the legendary Cubs game.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh my God.
On Friday?
Yes. Woo, did y'all see that Cubs game? Probably not. Or maybe you did. There's somebody out there.
Yeah, there's a ton of
Cubs fans. Yeah, what was I'm on some other shit. Sorry about that. But no, that was good. That was one of the first games that we saw together that was like that.
Yeah, and here's the thing: I'm not like I like watching live sports because it's fun. The vibe is there. You know, it's really hard for me to sit down and watch like 7 hours of baseball on TV. But that one, like, there's lulls in games, you know, but that one was engaging the whole way through.
And so it's crazy you say that because, like, it wasn't. It was 2-1 after the second inning. It was the sixth inning, the seventh inning.
But, you know, we love talk show when we're winning.
Yeah, right.
The whole time.
I guess
you shit talking all 6 innings.
That's true. And it did feel, like I was thinking about the same thing you said. It did feel like it was action packed the whole time, but it was just the last.
You know what's crazy is that every Chicagoan in that I want to say stadium, whatever ballpark, the second the Cubs started messing up, we booing them. Like there was no room for error
because we was like, not again. That would have been an epic loss.
Yeah,
everyone
was like, of course, this is on par.
Exactly. I was about to say because like we as Chicagoans, we don't have regular ass losses. We have historic losses, like
embarrassing.
Because that would have been crazy. A 6-run lead, gave up 10 to lose by 3. Boy. Lose by 4, that would have been historic. I would have been like, nah, man.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Anyway, that was probably one of the highlights of this week.
Yeah.
What you got any other highlights?
I'm working on a couple sewing projects that I had like put aside for a while, and I haven't had a chance to work on anything fun in terms of sewing since we moved. So I've just been like mending things. You know, I haven't like done anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I haven't done anything fun. So I was trying to think, have I?
He's this week was pretty mid.
No. What I'm saying is, this week I did. I made a skirt that was really cute. I made like I made it out of a pillowcase. So it was like a pillowcase that I liked the pattern, and I turned it into a mini skirt. And then I started working on this dress.
Okay.
What?
No, I'm just saying.
Why are you giggling?
Because I'm thinking. Look, hey.
Oh my God.
Shit. Okay.
Anyway.
I'm reminiscing over it.
Anyway. And I started
Pillow talk, baby.
No. No. And I started working on this dress that is it's kind of a challenge for me because it's made out of knit fabric. So the fabric came pre-knit into a tube that I then cut into, like I've already cut it into the shape of the dress that I want, but I have never, like I did a little bit of research, and you need like a bias tape, which is basically tape that, it's not tape, it's a piece of fabric that is like ironed in a way where you can, the raw hem of the knit material can go inside of it. so that it creates an edge that's not a live thread that you can like pull and then the whole thing unravels. So I tried
That's what that's called, a live thread. It just dawned on me when a thread, when the piece of yarn is like frayed.
Yeah, it's not finished. It's a live. It's the live end.
You just put me on.
And so I need to do, because it's a tube, so I cut out the neckline, I cut out the sleeves, and I need to hem the bottom. And I tried it with the tape that I have, and I just did not like how it looked. And I either need to make some myself, which is easy. You can make it at home. You don't have to buy it pre-made, but sometimes it's easier to buy it pre-made. I only had 1/2 inch width tape, and I needed something wider. So
that's what she said.
Oh, it's only 1/2 inch wide. This is crazy.
Wild.
So, yeah, I started working on that, and I started vlogging it because I did start my little YouTube channel.
That's what I was waiting for you to get at.
I've uploaded the last 2 weeks, and I wanted to upload this sewing video today, Monday. And I probably won't be able to because everything was closed, and I couldn't get the material that I needed to finish my project. And I didn't want to upload a half finished vlog. So it'll probably be up on Tuesday if I can finish the stuff tomorrow. I mean, today, Monday.
You ain't giving it away, huh? No, your vlogs
they're fun.
Very fun. Y'all need to check out her vlogs, man.
You know why they're fun?
Why?
Because I'm making vlogs that I would want to watch.
Yeah.
But I'm starting off small. The first one was maybe like 12 minutes. The second one was like 6 minutes. I'm not doing too much.
Right.
Because I want to just like get my style kind of thing. Because I've been making content for us for so long.
4 years to be exact.
Yeah. And that's the only content I've ever made other than like my cooking videos, my cooking TikToks.
Man,
and
we made some content videos, some food content videos, y'all nasty asses. We made you had a whole series you don't want to put up.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was like
you know what I would love to see? Those videos again, just to see it. I just want to see the quality.
Do you still have them?
I think so. On one of these hard drives, I got them, but it's gone off of. I think maybe I just took them down. It's not deleted. I don't think it's just not.
They're just unpublished.
Yeah, unpublished.
Private.
Yeah, but those was. I want to see where we came from. But
far.
I was about to, for sure. I was gonna say your videos, the way you were doing it, y'all, it looks so like naturally good. Like, and I'm thinking, why am I not that good? Because my vlogs visually look good, but like I just feel like
thing, because I watch a lot of vlogs. You don't. You watch a lot of like educational content. Your vlogs turn into educational vlogs.
No, my tech shit. That's what it is. Except for Pete McKinnon.
But no one watches tech vlogs.
But his not tech vlogs. That's what I was. You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you
don't watch lifestyle vlogs.
Yeah, my shit. And I guess when I was doing lifestyle, my when I tried to make that transition, it just didn't seem right.
Yeah, and that's fine.
It's just I don't know. It's just something was off about my delivery or something.
No, I think you're thinking about it too much.
That's what it is. Because I've started to post on social media now.
Yeah.
Your boy is feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
But me, that shit can feel good for a little while, then I'm done with it.
Well,
I need to see results. That's what it is.
Well, you don't see results from posting like 3 times.
Well, I mean, we should. So
no, we posted on our Instagram for 2 years before we saw results.
Man, that's a good call. I'm going to give your ass a coin for that. Look at you just dropping knowledge out here.
And you don't have to. I mean, if you don't feel like this is something you like, you don't have to do it.
I feel like I could provide value.
I just think I'm doing it because it's fun for me. There's like no stakes. No, I have 7 subscribers. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter. It's just fun for me. I like the creativity. There's no.
You said I'm asking for too much.
I think you're doing it like
trying to be somebody.
It needs to happen now.
Right.
For me, I'm satisfied with the success of our Instagram page.
So I'm bad at this.
Oh my God. Let's get into this episode. This tangent has been long.
Y'all, it's WrestleMania weekend too. So shout out to those who celebrate. And I hope because I'm locked in. I'm locked in to WrestleMania. Matter of fact, it's going on as we recording this right now.
How many people do you think are sitting at their family's house for Easter watching WrestleMania in the basement and getting yelled at for not being with the family?
I mean, I could confirm you know, as long as my people got access to Peacock, that's what they doing. Because we used to sit around the TV and lock in with wrestling. Yeah. Like we used to go Monday Night Nitro.
Wrestling?
Yeah, man, we used to go over to grandmama's house and like everybody be there. We just watch wrestling. So I'd imagine with it falling on Easter, the WrestleMania,
the whole family around.
Everybody around right now. But then it's somebody that's got to go because, you know, somebody losing his spades, talking too loud. I know it ain't got wild right around now. 8:30, this is witching hour for
a lot of people.
Them spades games, it might be turning violent for some houses.
Yeah, because you start drinking, what, at 8 in the morning? You got that.
That's Deidre.
The body of Christ, blood of Christ.
That's Deidre. Deidre got drunk on my sister, y'all. She got drunk on Christmas Eve several years back. Boy, that's one of the funniest Christmas.
I've heard that story a million times.
That shit,
because it was funny every time.
Because she got drunk and then went to sleep.
And didn't she like wake up still drunk?
Woke up still, of course, hungover.
Yeah,
she woke up hungover and drunk. And Christmas still going. We was about to eat dinner.
Wow.
She is gone. Anyway, y'all ready to get in with this? This is a fun one. It's not it's easy.
You say that every single time.
Because I be having fun with shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I make history fun, don't I, y'all? Y'all can say that. Appreciate y'all.
We did get fan mail the other day that stood out. I was like, I should check it more often, but I was looking on our
what's up with the fan mail
on our app thing, and
read it.
He goes, I don't know if somebody goes from Michigan. Good morning, and thank you for all your wonderful research and analysis of Chicago and its history and people. It's such a beautiful and amazing city, and you both help bring it out for everyone to enjoy.
That's nice.
Thanks. I only got the last 4 digits of your social.
No,
that's the phone number.
But what is this message thing? Can we message them back?
Yeah.
How? You can block the number, but you can't message it back. I just want to be like, hey, Warren from Michigan, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're from Warren, Michigan.
Wait.
No,
I ain't never heard of no Warren, Michigan. I guess this was just Indiana. Frankfurt, Kentucky. Okay.
It's not Warren from Michigan.
I mean,
Michigan. And Warren, Michigan is far.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I thought it was Warren from Michigan.
It's like, I guess it's in Detroit.
The D? Okay. All right, cool. Well, that was nice transition. Slow down. Slow down. No, hell no.
That shit is 4.5 hours away.
Shit. Okay.
Crazy.
Shout out to my boy Nate, man. He from Detroit. He came down. He 2 hours away. So, all right. So here's what we're talking about. We're talking about the Kinzie St Bridge. Now I know y'all. Maybe some people probably know some like light information about this bridge. Only chase I'm gonna cut to is that it's still an active bridge. It's still an active bridge, and I'll explain why it's still active. Okay. But the history of the area is crazy though, and it's very similar to the Rush Street Bridge story. So back in the day, early 19th century, where
you love saying back in the day when you don't know what year it is.
No, I know the year. I mean,
then tell us.
I mean, like 1820s. You know what I mean? 1820s, 1829, 30. Chicago's first tavern was bussing. You know what I'm saying? Like
they had that hotel tavern hybrid.
Situation
going on.
It was going crazy.
Post office was across the street.
And so to get across the street, there was a ferry that used to take people to cross the river. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
It's crazy. Like they used to take, you do that, right? But as Chicago grew, trains grew, right? And Chicago needed to get across the bridge, right? So what they did was, and I jumped the gun, not trains just yet, to get across the street to the tavern and back and forth so that everybody can enjoy these amenities.
Yeah.
They built a pedestrian bridge.
Okay.
Now get this. This is something I didn't even expect to know, but I guess I should have known. This was the first bridge to ever cross the Chicago River.
Oh, wow.
The pedestrian bridge. Yeah.
What street is this again?
We're talking about Kinzie Street, but
Kinzie.
like at this time, ain't no Kinzie Street. It's just the body of the land.
Yeah. It's just like still marshy-ish.
Yeah.
Marsh adjacent.
Yeah. So
They don't have shit.
Mm-hmm. So
made out of wood.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the first pedestrian bridge. But then as Chicago grew and as railroads grew, specifically the Galena one, Chicago needed a bridge to get across. And so they built the first ever bridge for railroad was created.
And was that also the same street? Like,
yeah, in the same area. So that's what I'm saying. It's the same area because like there ain't no bridges. You can't see no bridges now. You just see that bridge up. But in this area, like right here, right by.
Okay, for people that visually don't know where that street is, can you tell me what landmark is around it?
Yeah, so actually, I guess I should have said started with that. I just assumed that you know the bridge, the Kinzie Street Bridge that's up. So Wolf Point, so where the rivers, the north and the south branch converge, right, where they come together. The northern part of that, there's a bridge right there, right close by Wolf Point. There's a bridge that's up. And some more history there that's close by the Montgomery Ward area.
Oh, yeah.
So that bridge, if you can visualize that, the north branch of the river, right by the Wolf Point, that area. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's where we are.
And this bridge is currently permanently up?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not. I'm just answering that question. No, it's not for now.
Okay. So it started off as a pedestrian bridge to connect people to the other side of the river. And it was the first pedestrian bridge. And then as like the city grew, they needed...
well, as the city grew, trains grew, right? And Galena, and we talked about the Galena, Chicago's first ever railroad. Mm-hmm. They needed a bridge. So that's where this came in, right? The Galena Street Bridge, that's something we didn't even talk about during our episode there, is that they had to use a bridge. And go back and listen to that episode because that was just a fiasco in itself, right? To even get that done, right? And part of the research that I did today, that bridge was supposed to be built in 1848 when Galena was delayed. So money and everything was a situation. It didn't get built until 1851. Yep. And that was Chicago's first bridge. And that was the Wells Street station that was east of the river. So the bridge is open on the west side of it. And this station, the Wells Street station, was on the east side of the river, right? Okay. So yeah, that was the first bridge, railroad bridge in Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
We don't have any more railroad bridges, right?
I mean, yeah, but let me continue because this is not the same bridge.
Okay.
So this was just a bridge. Okay. That was Chicago's first one, Galena, and it's just coincidental we did an episode about that. Now, as we continue, there was another bridge that replaced it, and this is where I mentioned that Rush Street. You know how we talked about Rush Street? Had 4 different bridges right there for Rush. They all got torn down because different reasons. Same thing was happening in this area.
Because this was still probably a wooden bridge, right?
Yeah, at the time, yes, it was. It was one of a wooden bridge. Now, but it was traffic in that area. People were trying to get back and forth to that area, and so they had to rebuild another bridge. And the bridge that they built was a replacement. It was a swing bridge, though. Okay, so that was a swing bridge. And get this. Some history about that swing bridge. This is 1879. That was one of the first all steel railroad bridges in America at the time, in the United States at the time. Probably America, actually. I could probably say America at the time. And the only other one was in Missouri.
Huh.
Yeah. So kind of crazy that Chicago had one of the only steel bridges in the country.
Steel swing.
Yeah, steel swing bridges in the country. Yep. And now that bridge was just a little too weak Okay. It wasn't as strong.
Which one, the steel?
Yeah, that bridge that was created. And guess what? They had to replace it. Now, here's the wild thing about it. So they replaced it with like it was kind of like a little bit of a floating like situation for interim.
A floating?
Yeah, like a floating like platoon type of thing.
You couldn't pay me to go over.
Hell no.
Floating platoon.
And you gotta think back in the day. You don't know how
that
deep
shit weeble wobbling.
You don't know how deep the Chicago River is.
Yeah,
at all.
Snapping turtles in there.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what is in that river. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So what they did was they say, hey, you got to expedite this. It took them, get this, y'all. The old bridge had to be removed, and the new one was put in place in 27 and a half hours.
What? I thought you were going to say 27 days. I was like, yeah, checks out.
27
hours
and a half hours.
Again, you couldn't pay me to go on that bridge.
No.
27 hours?
Yeah, that's crazy. To get a whole bridge taken down and put back up. You got me messed up, man.
Was it like a pre-made bridge that they just installed? Like how?
But here's the interesting thing. Let me give you the date, and maybe you'd be like, okay, well,
nope.
They kind of knew what they were doing.
Nope.
It was
not even today. I wouldn't get on a bridge that was built in 27 hours.
It was after the World's Fair.
Don't matter.
1898. So
nope.
So 5 years after.
So that shit was made out of plaster, is what you're telling me.
I mean, they knew how to build shit quick.
Out of plaster.
They did. I mean, they had steel. So I mean, they knew how to do something. Put the plastic steel together. Maybe you could come up with something. You know what I mean? Something new.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that's what happened.
How long did that bridge last?
So that bridge didn't last too long.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know how long?
Like about 9 years.
Oh, I guess so.
So that it was. I mean, it wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Some more stats.
That's actually pretty bad if we're talking about the lifespan of bridges.
Yeah, I mean, now here's the thing. So a little bit of information on why the bridges was like messing up, right? And like why it kept going. Because you got to think, things was like expanding. Boats were like getting bigger. Trains were getting bigger. So that's why the bridges just didn't last that long.
Yeah.
Because things, we talked about the rest of the
Industrial Revolution went crazy.
It was kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? It was
think of like these bridges went from having to carry maybe cattle and people, maybe carriages, to having to like move. I mean, I don't know how many of them moved trains, but like I'm assuming some train. And then you had boats going under them, and you had to like lift them and lower them. And
it was a swing bridge too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Now you got all these mechanisms underwater, levers,
doing shit,
doing too much,
doing way too much. Now here is where they were like, okay, you're right. This ain't sustainable. We need something else. But what kind of caused I guess the growth of these bridges? They needed, business was booming. The newspaper, Chicago was big in newspaper at the time.
Yeah.
So newspapers was booming. So what they did was, and remember how y'all, I don't know if y'all listened to the episode, but in the Galena we were talking about, there was a lot of competition for trains, right? For train tracks. And you brought it up in the episode earlier this year. They didn't want to let each other use each other's line.
Right.
And so I'm reading between the lines in the research I did today. So I could be off on this, but I feel like reading different things, what happened is some train tracks didn't want big ass trains on their tracks. And they wanted to cut you off too on top of that. Be like, no, you ain't taking my business. You're not going to use my line. Build your own shit. We build ours. So that's what was going on.
That was the vibe, huh?
Yeah, that was the vibe. So what happened was they built the second bridge, which is the Kinzie St Bridge, the one today. Okay. It was built in 1908. Okay. And I paraphrased I summed that up a lot. Okay, y'all. But you get the gist. That was basically the gist. That was it. So 1908, this bridge was built. Okay. And at the time, check this out. I had no clue about this. At the time when this bridge was built, it was the world's longest and heaviest bascule bridge in the world.
Bascule?
Yeah, and the bascule bridge, if you look at it, it is what it is. It's got like a lever, oh shit, Becky Lynch came back. I'm sorry, I'm focused. Damn it, I knew it. I knew this was gonna be it. So it's live, y'all. We live. I told y'all at the top I was watching WrestleMania. Anyway,
I'm about to turn this shit off.
No, don't do that. All right. So yeah, it was the largest bridge. And the Basquiat Bridge was built. I got the person's name right here because I did not know either. We even talked about Basquiat bridges. It was by Strauss, Basquiat, and Concrete Bridge Company. It was 27 feet long and 107 foot.
So what makes that bridge special? Like, what differentiates it from other bridges?
So at the time, that was just a huge bridge. You know what I mean? Like, it was long, it was heavy, it was just it was wild, you know?
Yeah.
Now what separated this one is kind of going back to what it's just a few moments ago when I said like the competition over who uses what train track. This train track was light use, okay? Was light use train track.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't a whole bunch of stuff being used. Now, what happened over time, and this is where I'm kind of summing it up and I'm kind of speeding through it a little bit. Basically, you didn't need that kind of transportation anymore. Okay. You didn't train transportation because things started to grow quick, fast. You know what I'm saying?
And now we have cars in the early 20th century.
Also, what contributed to it also was I said the Sun Times was over there. Eventually, the Tribune is in that area. They moved, right? So they moved across the river.
Right.
So now you don't really need the bridge anymore because
we're already on the
side already. You know what I mean? So like
But they're east of the river.
Yeah. So it was not a lot of traffic, long story short. Now the Merchandise Mart opened up in 1930. Now the Merchandise Mart was doing well, right? But it just still wasn't enough to like sustain that.
Sustain what?
The train. I mean, that bridge. Because you got to think now, we got maintenance of the bridge. We got to check and see if it's going, what's going on with it. It's not being in use. The other train track, yada, 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 doing what it's doing. We didn't need it anymore. So.
They demolished it or something?
One of them, yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, we have like 1 million bridges on the river now.
Yeah, right. Well, now.
And they're all the same thing. They're all the Basquiat Bridge.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that bridge, the Kinzie Street Railroad Bridge. What happened is in 2000 when they decided, okay, this thing is just not doing anything.
Yeah.
They raised it up and it was declared a landmark in 2007. So 7 years later, it was declared a landmark. Construction of different things obviously was like, well, we don't need this bridge anymore. So they kept it up. Now, I said at the very beginning that it's still considered an active bridge, right?
Right.
I don't know if y'all knew this, but I did know it. I just didn't know exactly the reason why, but I got an answer. That bridge is only dropped down one time per year.
Just for maintenance or something?
Just for maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it's considered an active bridge.
Oh. Because it has the ability to drop.
It has the ability to drop down.
The levers work.
Yeah. So if you look at that bridge, if you go there, that is technically an active bridge. It's a landmark. So to be a Chicago landmark, we know that you can't change too much. Anything, actually. So that bridge from here on out to Chicago history is going to be like that until something changes and they say, hey, we got to take it down.
Yeah.
So, that's the Kinzie Street Bridge and a little history of the area and how it actually wasn't just that bridge. There was multiple bridges there and first bridges in Chicago.
That's wild.
The first pedestrian bridge. And when you think about pedestrian bridges, 606 comes to mind. The new one in Bronzeville that's going up comes to mind. And those are bridges, yes, but like they kind of go over land mainly. But it's a bridge,
I like all the bridges that go over Lakeshore.
That Lakeshore bridge is crazy.
There's one that goes from Lincoln Park Zoo. There's one that goes
right next to it. The LSD is just crazy.
Yeah,
I've never walked that part of it. I would kind of like to just to see.
You haven't?
I've never walked on it.
Oh, I took Campbell there once.
Wait, by Lakeshore Drive?
Mm-hmm.
Really? By Navy Pier?
Yeah.
Well,
no.
When?
The bridge?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm talking about the one by the S curve. Close by the S curve. By Navy Pier. The one that like goes. We did the episode of the butterfly. We were right by the butterfly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that I'm talking about that area. You talking about the one over by Lincoln Park Zoo?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the one by Lake that go along Lakeshore Drive.
Mm.
I've never been on that part of it.
Yeah, I don't know that I have either.
I mean, shit, we never lived it.
There's one here in South Loop that's by or that goes over the train tracks. That goes to
Soldier Field.
Soldier Field.
Mm.
That's a nice bridge. There's
those bridges are scary though.
Why?
I don't know. Just over the train tracks.
Not scary at all.
I mean, it just looked like the depot. I'm not scary in the sense like, ooh, I'm scared though. I'm talking about it's like it just looked like an abyss. You fall down there, you buy trains and shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't fall. I
know that.
I'm
just saying.
If the bridge collapses,
yeah, don't say that. Shit, 1994 is still being worked on.
Damn.
State Street Bridge. What's going on with this? Speaking of bridges,
State Street Bridge is being worked on.
Well, that's some bullshit.
Till November.
That's crazy. All right, I'm done talking about it.
Okay, great.
Cool. I'm good.
This was a nice short one.
You like that?
I did.
Yes, she said.
Okay, great. Nice and short. Wow. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone you love. Many innuendos in this one.
Yes,
if you
lots.
did not enjoy this episode, that's all right. Check back Thursday. We have a nice little throwback. And then Monday will be a brand new episode. We'll see you then. Peace. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope you loved it.
And if you could, please follow us on social media at 77 Flavors Shy on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter.
If you have any ideas or deep dives that you'd love us to do, please contact us at media@77flavorsshy. That's the number 77 flavors and shy for Chicago.com.
If you like visuals, please subscribe and follow and watch us on our YouTube channel at the same thing, 77 Flavors Shy, or search 77 Flavors of Chicago.
If you would like to support us monetarily, go ahead and click that Buzzsprout link in the description of this episode.
And as always, we gonna see you next week. Peace.